Welcome everybody to STSPN's presentation of Washington Schoolgirls Lacrosse Association, the state semifinals. Our first of two tonight, Bainbridge and Snohomish. Scott Oshman along with Lindsay Gillis. Lindsay, how are you? Always a pleasure, the head coach of Mercer Island and also the Stars program. I mean, the resume is just too long to get into, but Lindsay, we always love having you here. The first game we're talking about, it is the storied program of Bainbridge and Tammy Tomala. She's been here 9 state championships, 18 appearances in the state championship. She's been, she took a sabbatical here the last couple of years. But, what can you say about Bainbridge? They are just tough.
Yeah, they're the team to beat this year for sure. With a really talented midfield, their goalie Twee has stepped up big time this year. Sophia Hagströmer down in the attacking end has been really, really fantastic across the board. So a tough lineup for Snohomish to face tonight.
14-0 in the new kind of refigured divisions here in the Washington State girls lacrosse in the Metro division. 6-0 there in the Metro. And also, the one person you didn't talk about, which is hard not to, is number 44, Mackenzie Chapman. Yeah. 75 goals coming into tonight.
I mean, like I said, I think their entire midfield is talented, but Mac is certainly a leader for that team and has done, put up some serious numbers across the board all spring. She's a fun player to watch and tough to match at the draw.
And they will be facing Snohomish. Snohomish in the semifinals 2 years ago lost to Issaquah. They come in tonight. They have firepower, just more spread around. They're led, though, by Anna Tom, the junior, and she can put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think Snohomish has, some really great athletes on their team. They play scrappy. They hustle at both ends of the field. Natalie Church in the center there with her go-go gadget arms, has been really successful at the draw, along with Aria, who joins her on the circle tonight. Yeah,
Ari Cruchet also. So Anna Tom, 42. Snohomish in the black and Bainbridge in the white. And at the draw circle, you talked about Natalie Church. She can draw 61 through the season. Bainbridge will be the home team, Snohomish the away. Our officials tonight, Jeanette Wake, Maggie O'Sullivan, and Mike Busey. And the draw goes to
Dear
Bainbridge.
Havel.
That's Havel. And right away goes in by the Snohomish goalie, Holly Smith, 1-0, just like that.
Yeah, Bainbridge has some serious speed, and you've got to be able to slow them down in transition, or they'll take full advantage. Number 2 there, who had the goal, Kendall Havel, is actually Kira's younger sister, freshman on the year, and she's put up some great goals for Bainbridge and really stepped up as an underclassman.
So just like that, 1-0 Bainbridge. Just the start here of the semifinals. The state championship Friday night also will be here right on STSPN. As Natalie Church in the black, Snohomish in the white, Bainbridge. That is Chapman.
Same draw again.
This time Snohomish looks like they get it, and it is Ariana Cruchet, 43. Bethany Shade, we'll talk about her. She's only been playing lacrosse just for a few years. Also a runner. Top now, that's Annabelle Oshman.
Looks like Bainbridge has decided to face guard Anna Tom.
Loberg tries to get it around,
Great
and it's
look.
wide. Allie Loberg, just a sophomore, 8 goals on the season. She's got some time lately. Snohomish retains the ball. The back, it's got Annabelle Oshman, 57, with it now.
Yeah, Loberg's really smart. She moves through the 8 really well and knows where to be and when to be there.
Anna Tom, the big scorer. Here's Cruchet, goes in, up top and through, past Tway, and we're tied up at 1.
It's a great drive. Ari did a nice job of faking right, taking her defender left and weaving right in there. Good finish.
Patient offense, and talk about the stingy, Twee Ortiz. She 52% save rate coming into tonight. To get one by her is always tough.
Yeah, I mean, she's played really well this spring, and has been backed by a solid defense and a team that wins a lot of draws, possesses the ball. So it helps to have the ball working in your favor in every third of the field.
Just the start of the first half, 23:46 to go, 1-1. Chapman and Church on the draw, and we'll talk about the new rule as Chapman picks it up. Is always dangerous. A couple passes broke up there by Snohomish, and Annie Ferguson, number 50, comes up with a ground ball.
Yeah, Bainbridge certainly likes to do the run and gun, and they have the speed and athleticism to do so. But sometimes you get those 50-50 opportunities, and Snohomish did a nice job picking that ball up.
Annie Ferguson, Jr., gets it on the far side. And here's Anna Tom, lefty.
Yeah, her left-handed shot from low to high is really
She cruises through the 8 and runs in some traffic, and she'll probably head to the hash.
She'll get the second hash there, second hash inside. And we'll see if she can get in here on Twee.
A bouncer right through.
Great finish. Nice, smart shot.
Anna Tom makes it a 2-1 lead for Snohomish. Anything interesting? Let's talk also about Snohomish. We talked about Tammy Tomlin, but third-year head coach Christine Ryan, she in her first year made it to the semifinals, lost to Issaquah. You guys have something in common right now.
Yeah. Couple things. We actually also played against each other in college.
Oh, did you? I don't know that I knew that.
Yeah. She was at Trinity while I was at Bowdoin, and always had a great rivalry against them. But yeah, she's had some great athletes over the last few years and done a really nice job, motivating her kids. And great snag by Natalie Church there in the middle.
Church tall. There's the crochet down by Annabelle. Annabelle Oshman with the bouncer there.
Great fast break goal there. Wide open. Good composure on the finish as well.
Snohomish, it's all about the draw control. Chapman got one. The Havill sisters had a bad connection there. It was broken up, and now Snohomish come back and scored 2.
Yeah, I think if you look, certainly with, two strong teams playing against one another, the draw really should correlate to goal scoring if teams are doing their job and taking care of the ball.
Snohomish in the North Sound Division, 11-3 overall, 3-0 in the division. New structure as far as the playoffs this year is the draw there, and it's picked up by Bethany Shade, and Bethany has come on big this year in the draw circle.
Yeah, I think one thing Snohomish does really well is they hustle off that line. They're always really working to get in front of their players and be scrappy off the draw, and that can be tough to play against.
36 draw controls for Bethany Shade coming in. Pass to Loberg, bounces out of her cross. She gets it back. And she'll set up from behind the goal. On the near side here, Annabelle Oshman drives right. And get a call here. That's on Arya, on Ruby. And Annabelle doesn't look like she's on the 8, but...
No, the foul was outside the 8 meters, so it's not an 8-meter shot. But here we'll see Snohomish slow it down a little bit and wait for a good opportunity.
Out of the stick of Church, but picked up there by Bethany Shade. Crochet.
It's great to see Snohomish playing with this patience. They really need to take advantage of every possession that they get.
Loberg down low, trying to make a move, goes left. Decides to come back. Good defense there by Bainbridge. Now Ari Cruchet tries to get it through, but Bainbridge up. Still a loose ball. 2 Bainbridge players against 1 Snohomish, and there's a call, and it's going to go to Ari Cruchet. I didn't see what happened there.
It looks like there was either a cover or an empty stick check, something minor, but Snohomish will keep the possession, get another shot.
Back out top to Church, tries to go low to Loberg. Loberg dishes it now to Annabelle. And Annabelle will break it back behind and set it up again. Trying to get the cutters, finds Shade. Shade shoots, save, or was that the pipe? And they're going to confer. There's a call out there. Not sure. They're going to talk about it. And it's going to be Bainbridge ball.
I'm not sure if they called a charge there or an illegal foul on the offense.
Kira Havel with the ball right now. Already has 1 goal. Looking for her sister earlier. Gets it down low. Right to Holly Smith. Stick to stick. Oh, my. That was Eleanor Collins. And little Holly Smith giving up some size, but not with the stick there.
That was a great opportunity for her to come out and really play the ball the way that she did. And Bainbridge will get possession back. And we'll see if they settle the ball here and wait for a better opportunity.
Maggie Sweeney, number 20 with the ball in white, 33 goals. She comes in. It's off the goalie, still the rebound loose.
Looks like they'll call.
We got phones going on here in the booth here with the Starfire Complex in Grinnell South Center. And Jordan Vaughn with the ball tries to protect it, but good defense. And he'll go back to Jordan. Not sure.
They'll call an illegal check there.
Havel.
Yeah.
About 20 minutes south of Seattle. Turnover here in the midfield. Bainbridge with it. And
call a foul there on Ari Cruchet. Had good defensive positioning, but leaned into Mac a little bit too much.
Mackenzie Chapman, number 44, 75 goals. She leads the league. I couldn't believe it when I looked up. I thought she had a huge, lead, but no. Nicole Victory, who's coming up in her second game, they both have 75 coming in. As a shot by Bainbridge there by Sophie Hagströmer.
Yeah, Mac, considering that she's, playing center for Bainbridge and has, a very competitive schedule, for her to put 75 goals on the season is really impressive. Great athlete, really tough kid, fun to watch.
Sweeney drives in, and she's met with a group of Snohomish players. Ari goes down.
Yes, Snohomish is doing a good job of clogging the middle and, hopefully coming up with some of those 50-50 balls. But, of course, with the, added attention to shooting space this year.
Yes.
It's important to finish those 8 meters and to draw those fouls in the first place.
Sweeney. And that's cut off. It looked like Karina Condit, 89, might have gotten a stick in the way. And now Holly Smith with the ball, the junior. Lake Stevens High School. Snohomish, a club team, still not a WIA sport here in the state of Washington. And she likes to bring it out if she can. Makes her coaches nervous, and just because of that.
Yeah, Tammy's really smart to put one of her talented low attackers on the goalie like that. Sophia Hagströmer, number 12, is an extremely talented low attacker and has some speed. So to put the pressure on Holly there will oftentimes create opportunities like this.
Bella Jackson, the sophomore, with the ball for Bainbridge with an empty net, and Holly Smith, the goalie, behind her. Jordan Vaughn, the only one to try and get in her way. And Bella brings it back out, and Bainbridge will get another try. I'll change it up. Sophie gets the pick, and
great help there by Annie Ferguson. Snohomish is definitely looking to slide and slow these guys down outside the 8-meter, and they're doing a nice job of that.
61 goals by the girl with the ball in her hand and her stick right now. So they've got a lot of threats. Not only Chapman, you have Hagströmer.
They do. You can
Sweeney.
see that they, Snohomish's Natalie Church is face guarding Mackenzie Chapman, as she puts up a lot of numbers. So you can definitely see that while they have a lot in their arsenal, Snohomish is certainly trying. Ooh.
And there's
great
the quick,
feed.
great feed, and the shot Hagströmer to Chapman. Not much a goalie can do about that.
No,
great shot,
great catch. Natalie Church for Snohomish face guarding Mackenzie Chapman on Bainbridge, and Mackenzie had 6 inches on her. Was able to catch that ball and finish. Really, really quick 1-2.
15:28 left in the first half. Snohomish 3, Bainbridge 2. Glad you're with us here on STSPN.com.
We'll see Natalie and Mackenzie Chapman back at the draw again. And, Natalie, both of these centers really like to draw to themselves. Natalie has a bit of an advantage in terms of her height and certainly reach, but Mackenzie's very good at drawing over her left shoulder to keep it out of the hands of Mackenzie.
Sweeney comes up with it, and she is quickly down into the offensive third. And a retreating Snohomish defense.
So here we see Bainbridge slowing it down a little bit, not necessarily forcing or pushing the fast break. And I think you have to take advantage of every draw control that you win.
Hagström with a shot blocked, saved by Smith. Tried to pick up by Ferguson, but Chapman comes up with a 50-50 ball, and they'll get another try. Bainbridge down 3-2 here with 14:50 left to go in this first half. She makes a move on Church, goes off the pipe.
What a shot. Great take by Mackenzie. Unfortunate there that pipe got in her way.
See in the background leaning down, that's Toby Graves, the assistant coach. His daughter Hannah Graves playing at Claremont McKenna College. As you see Sweeney trying to work on Bethany Shade. Trying to get an edge. She finds it. And that is a goal. Kind of a hesitation, quiet goal.
I didn't even see it.
For Sweeney. Her first tonight. The junior Maggie Sweeney.
I think Bethany had got a little bit of it, and it snuck its way by Holly.
Not sure Holly knew where it was exactly. Holly coming in with just under 40% save rate. She had some injuries throughout the year, didn't play every single game.
She's small and quick, though, really athletic. I think she's had some great saves, at least in my experience watching her play. And
some you probably didn't wish she'd save right against you.
Not always, but
it's always the defense and the goalie. They're intertwined in so many ways.
They are,
from what people tell me.
And having Holly, be as athletic as she is a nice aspect to have in any goalie.
Sweeney up with it, and Ari Cruchet tried to get the ball back, and Sweeney will get it. And now all of a sudden Bainbridge taking over on the draw circle.
Yep, and with, they've gone on a 2-0 run here, and they've also won the last 3 draw controls. So, again, those two stats should correlate with these types of teams playing against one another.
Sophia on the line, an easy shooting space violation there on Snohomish. As Sophia on the line.
And Hagströmer here is a lefty, so she's going to want to move to the middle here to get a better angle. But she's got a lot of room on the right.
Kind of comes in, tries to go left. She does. Gets it right by. Looks like even Holly knew where it was going, but a great shot there.
Yeah, those bouncers can be tough, especially when you don't have any garbage in your way. And, Sophia's quick off the line. She had a lot of momentum working in her favor there to score.
First lead here for Bainbridge as they go on top with 13:30 left, 4-3. Let's talk about that shooting space adjustment the state of Washington made this year.
Yeah, and it's not just the state of Washington. It's
The whole
it's,
National Lacrosse?
Yeah, it's one of those rules that they're emphasizing at the high school level across the board, and the attack player no longer has to have the intent to shoot, but rather they just have to kind of have the ball, have their shoulders and hips squared to the net. Redraw here at the center.
Snohomish changes it up and puts Ariana Cruchet on the draw circle. She's very familiar, has 47 draws on the year.
But again, for that shooting space call, unless a defender is within a stick length away, they'll call it every time.
Yeah, as a spectator, again, I understand the intent. Is another draw control there by Bainbridge and Kira Havel. But it's frustrating sometimes when the offensive player is going there. You don't even think they're thinking about shooting, and they call it.
Well, it's supposed to be
space.
a safety call, right?
Right. Which
so
I
if
understand.
it's not a safety concern, why should the whistle be blown?
Right. But everything geared to safety as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Pass inside, trying to get. She picks it up. Good determination there by Kira once again. Now way out top is Chapman.
It's nice to see Mackenzie Chapman being really, aggressive and working hard to get off of that
Big
face guard.
Save right there.
Great touch.
Kira had it right on the doorstep. And they're going to give Holly Smith all kinds of business.
Yeah, so with Bainbridge pressuring the goalie like this, you want to see Snohomish offer a few more helpers, right? So with a kid on the goalie, that means somebody's open, and that player really needs to recognize it and offer Holly an option.
Tough pass, trying to get to Lexi Gonzalez, the freshman. Ball down. Looks like Bainbridge is going to come up with it, so it pays off there. And that's Taylor Ty, 24, that came up with the ground ball for Bainbridge now.
Sweeney moving the ball through the midfield. She's just so quick. She's tough to slow down. But here Bainbridge will take advantage of their possession and set up.
From Bella down over to Sophia Hagströmer, already with one goal. They've had some great passes and good cuts. And Hagströmer drives in, and she takes it in for the score.
That's just a nice little isolation play there, and Snohomish has definitely got to get a double team on that much quicker. You don't want to leave Sophia Hagströmer alone with the ball. That's for sure.
Doesn't seem like a good idea if you're a defender.
Definitely not.
So now 5-3, I think, our score. There we go. They adjust it up.
Mm-hmm.
The scoreboard operator here at Starfire will get that going. It is 5-3. Bainbridge over the years, off and on, they've been patient. They'll sit in that settled offense, which feels like hours.
Tammy loves to coach her offense, and she does a really great job, kind of working them into a rhythm and waiting for that opportunity. And it seems that they've found it a little bit here in the last 5 minutes.
Ball off, and Sweeney one more time. They're going to call just in the game here. That's Chloe Chambers, 98. So Bainbridge.
Well, so Sweeney's picked up the last 3 draw controls in a row, and it's interesting that they're not having Natalie Church line up goal side to really, take that stick option away from Sweeney. We'll see if they make an adjustment here.
They had a deflected pass there down, and Bainbridge doing a great job on those ground balls. They're coming up with everything. And Hagströmer now on an island again, drives. Now the help comes, as you coached us up there in the previous. But she gets free, and she puts it top left.
Yeah, like I said, a smart attacker will attack and re-attack until she's really pushed outside and knows that she doesn't have an option. But right there, Sophia was really smart to go back into the middle and try again.
That's 3, a hat trick there for number 12, the senior Sophia Hagströmer.
Snohomish will call a timeout, regroup.
We'll just take down the audio, take a breather here real quick. We'll be back with 10:45 left in the first half. Bainbridge 6, Snohomish 3. here. There was a timeout by Snohomish. They were up 3-2, and all of a sudden Bainbridge, they figured something out at the draw there, Lindsay, and they have been on the attack, and it's been all number 12, Sophia Hagströmer.
Yeah, I mean, Mac Chapman, drawing against both Aria and Natalie Church has done a nice job of keeping away from Snohomish, getting it to the circle, and then it becomes a 50-50. And Maggie Sweeney on the circle for Bainbridge, she's really, really quick off the line. And I like to say that she's quite a vacuum when it comes to picking up those ground balls. Kind of anything in her realm, she's just a go-getter. She wants that ball, she's hungry for it, and she's moving at pace. So you see, they've won, I think, at least the last 5 draw controls, and that's certainly working for them. They're doing a nice job of slowing down in the offensive end and waiting for that opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net.
4 unanswered goals here by Bainbridge in the early going. Our first semifinal, Bainbridge-Snohomish here. Bainbridge in the white, Snohomish in the black. Our second game at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also here from Starfire, we'll have Issaquah and Eastside Catholic. That should be quick. That should be up and down the field.
Yeah, two very fast teams. They both like to play the run and gun game, and it'll be a battle of the midfields in that one for sure.
Snohomish there with the timeout, and Ari Cruchet and Mackenzie Chapman on the draw circle.
You see they did move Natalie Church to the goal side of Maggie Sweeney there.
Ball down, and now they're going to get Cruchet for a call, and it'll Bainbridge ball. And Chapman, boy, I remember Chapman when she was a freshman.
Yeah, Mackenzie Chapman played for me in middle school, and
save by Smith.
Great save by Holly.
Big clear, though. Who can get there first? Fallon Hansen tries, and Sweeney, though, ends up on the turf, and she's going to end up with the ball on her cross. So the clears the last few times having trouble here in the early going here for Snohomish.
Yeah, I mean, Holly was smart to try to get it out quick, but you really got to make that connection and not just throw the ball upfield. But great save. Mackenzie Chapman coming in, at 110% there.
Yeah, 1v1, nobody there to help.
Not an easy stop to make.
The freshman, the younger Havel, number 2 with the ball behind the cage. She comes within the 8, thinks about it.
Great help by Lexi Gonzalez there.
Lexi, a freshman as well, as we mentioned. Now a call. Not sure if that was 3 seconds.
Looks like it's a minor foul.
And Sweeney will end up with it. Number 20, and she passes it, but it gets in somebody's way. But look at the follow through there by Sweeney. Great hustle. And there's Sophia, who's got 3 of the 6 so far.
So she's really lethal on the side as a left-hander.
And there's the young Havel. Karina Condit. Low burner gets by Smith, and it's 7-3 with 8:46.
That's a great high to low take there. Really tough to save those, with that high fake at that speed. Great finish.
And the freshman, the younger Havel, 30 goals coming into this game tonight.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see a freshman step up and put those numbers on the board her first year out, especially on a team like Bainbridge. But, always helps to have your big sister there along to support you.
That was a little deception right there.
Yeah.
Think her sister taught her that?
I think Kira would think so.
So 7-3, 8 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Now we get Natalie Church back on the circle, and we'll see if Chapman or Shade can come up with that. And it looks like, as so many times before, Mackenzie Chapman gets it back over to Sweeney. Now Hagstrom.
Great save by Holly once again.
Hagströmer there.
You've seen Bainbridge now come across the 8-meter left to right facing Holly.
This one intercepted.
Great run
by Havel again, and Holly trying to thread the needle there.
Yeah, that was a great read by Havel, and now she'll get great position on the center hash.
And that one, she likes it low.
Woo.
And it gets to the back of the net. And all of a sudden, Bainbridge putting it on early.
A great fire. Non-stick side low, those are tough to get to, especially when you've got that much space and speed and working in your favor.
See the center here. Snohomish was up 3-2 in the early going here, Lindsay. They got some good draw controls. They had a patient offense. Got some good looks.
I think what's tough is that Snohomish is, they've caused a couple of turnovers in the back end, but, Holly's really having a hard time with that pressure on her. And I think, Snohomish just needs to support her in that clear if they want to get the ball up the field.
Church now here is Ariana Cruchet with Sweeney on her. Gets it over to Shade. Bethany Shade will have to stop there with the shooting space violation. Bethany Shade, a left-hander, too.
Great
and
finish.
She puts it in. Boy, that hesitation. Twee came out, and Bethany Shade answers for Snohomish, a much-needed goal.
Yeah, she took full advantage of the fact that Twee came off her line a little bit too far, was able to find that corner.
Only 8 goals through the season for Bethany Shade, but that one is big, and now 4-point lead for Bainbridge. Trying to get to Friday night, the championship. Snohomish hasn't been there in many, many years. Last time I think it was in the old B division.
Yep.
When they had the A, B, or the, yes.
Yeah, that was before my time here too. But, Snohomish has been really close the last few years and certainly, not for a lack of trying. Hasn't quite gotten there.
Church now Sweeney on the circle for Bainbridge, and that works out as the older Havel, Kira, comes up with it. She started off, and Chapman rips it top shelf, and quickly, no patient, settled offense that time for Bainbridge.
Yeah, again, with that type of speed coming down from the midfield right off the draw, they love coming, left to right and taking that strong side cross post shot. It was a much better play shot this time around, just inside the pipe there. Holly had a hard time, I think, stopping that one.
That was had some sauce on it as well. Sweeney stays out in the draw circle with Natalie Church. Natalie heading to University of Colorado Springs. She's going to run cross country and play lacrosse. And Chapman comes up with the ground ball, and she's on her horse. She'll take it in, shoot, and score, but the whistle before the shot.
I think they're going to call a shooting space here. And Chapman, I take that back. Snohomish ball.
Not sure what the call there was, Lindsay. Come on.
Me either. There were no hand signals, so I can't say.
Church loves to run long strides, 5'11" or so. And it's been a while here since Snohomish has been on the offensive third.
Great re-attack there by Natalie Church, drawing the foul, and will get put on one of these two hashes.
Ruby called for it on the 8-meter.
Oh, no, it looks like it was called on Eleanor King, who was down low.
Yep.
It's outside the 8-meter, though, so she's not going to get the hash.
She gets it to Loberg. Loberg can't handle it. Now it's down on the ground, and that's where Bainbridge is coming up. But this time, Cruchet.
Yeah, tough high pass, but good fight there on Snohomish's part to get that 50-50 back. And we'll see Ari Cruchet get the center hash here.
Call there on Sweeney.
Ari's a quick little player, and, if she wants to be successful here, she's got to get off that line quick.
She just steps up and swings hard. It's right off Twee's stick.
Yeah, I think unless you have one of those really powerful, fast shots, you really want to take advantage of your speed there and work your way further into the 8-meter before letting that rip.
Allie Loberg with the ball gets it back out to Natalie Church, the senior. Always tough for all the teams. They're seniors when they've been playing together for so long. And Natalie driving through the 8 and gets another whistle.
Yeah, not only that, but it almost looked like there was a foul off ball as well, in that I think Anna Tom is working really hard to get off of her guard, and sometimes that can cause some collisions off ball.
Yeah, Taylor Ty doing a nice job with her as Natalie goes in. The shot is missed.
Just wide.
Wide, and Snohomish will retain possession, and it's 31 Bethany Shade with it. Who'll bring it back in. Annabelle Oshman thinks about it, now spins. Boy, it's like they're baiting her to take it.
I mean, they're really forcing that ball left. Great.
And did she get that in? She did.
She snuck right in there. I think when you see Havel forcing her so far left, she did a great job of taking that space and bringing it right down the middle.
Second one for the senior Annabelle Oshman. And, yeah, it was like she was, I want you to go. I got help. And finally,
did you teach her that?
The path opened so much. No, I had nothing to do that. She doesn't listen to her dad. The team calling her Beebs. I don't know how that started, but everybody just calls her Beebs. In fact, if you said Annabelle, they wouldn't know who you're talking about.
She a Bieber fan?
No, she Beebs? Oh, yeah, Bieber. Oh, yeah, Bieber. Bieber Fever. Oh, yeah. I saw the movie, and I'm like, okay, this kid's got chops. I don't know if it was about that. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, Snohomish 5, Bainbridge 9. And Sweeney she is a baller, isn't she? She just grinds
She goes after
at
that ball, but it looks like
fantastic.
Her stick came up at Bethany Shade, and they'll call that a check to the face. So Snohomish ball.
Shade with it. We'll talk about that new rule this year on the draw circle where the defenders as Loberg gets it. And she'll try and settle back out. Shade didn't know she was coming. Cruchet picks it back up.
A great grab there.
Working the crease.
So right here, this is when, yeah, exactly.
Double, there's Church.
Finish that.
And she goes in and punches it in. Great recognition by Cruchet. She leads the team in assists, and Church makes it.
I mean, that was a textbook draw and dump right there, and, you're just kind of waiting for Natalie Church to recognize that she's open and put herself in a position where she can get that pass, and she did just that, just in the nick of time. Chapman did a nice job helping on the ball there to slow Ari down, but Ari was still in the position to make a good pass, and they did.
And Snohomish coming back here, 6-9 now.
Yeah, it's great to see them make a little bit of a run here, get some momentum. They've switched up. Both teams have switched up the draw quite a few times, and like I said, it really does come down to who has the ball.
3 minutes, 32 seconds in this first half of the first semifinals. Trying to get to Friday night, see who they'll play, either Issaquah or Eastside Catholic. Eastside Catholic, the reigning champions of last year over Lake Sam. Church and Sweeney comes up one more time. She is a vacuum for sure. Quick pass to Chapman now.
Well, and her and Chapman work so well together. The fact that they're both juniors and, continue to play together in season and out of season, really works to their favor.
Chapman with a free position.
Great
top
fire.
Right.
Such
a quick shot.
She releases quick, to see that she's shooting in different places is really great. You've got to vary those shots, just so that no one has your number.
Mackenzie Chapman, 75. She leads the league with Nicole Victory, plays for Issaquah. We'll see her later with goals this season.
Those two are great friends, have grown up together, and are both off to play D1 lacrosse in the next year or two.
That's right. So Chapman, has she committed?
She's committed to Stanford.
That's right.
Where she'll play in a couple of years, since she still has a year left.
Yep.
And
Susie Emerson.
Yep, with Susie Emerson, and Nicole Victory's off to Navy next year.
That's correct.
Who's still alive in the NCAA playoffs.
That's right. I did watch that game against UMass. Chapman comes up with, again, good battle there for that loose ball. And here comes Bainbridge. Sweeney. And good defense there by Fallon Hansen, 32. Followed the stick. It'll stay Bainbridge ball, and Sophia has it.
Yeah, so you see Bainbridge playing a little bit quicker here, pushing that ball downfield. They'll slow it down. But again, Hagstrom.
And a great save there by Smith just to make her change directions. And Snohomish with the ball. Ari Cruchet, 43, gets it back to Holly, the goalie.
And here Holly, quick out to Loberg. Much better look. Loberg just wasn't able to hang on to the ball there.
Sweeney everywhere on the field. Sophia, saved by Smith.
Wow, fantastic save by Holly. But it looks like they're going to call a shooting space prior to the shot, which will put Bainbridge on the center hash.
Just under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Bainbridge 10, Snohomish 6. Always a game of runs. Hagstrom and Holly
Great
is
save
there.
by Holly.
Holly playing well this first half. Again, the clear's been an issue. This one she gets a nice clean one to Lexi Gonzalez, who used her speed. And the freshman can't hang on. Ball down one more time, and Sophia wide.
Great chase by Snohomish. It'll be their ball heading back down the other direction. So again, on that clear, Bainbridge is doing a fantastic job of pressuring the ball and really kind of clogging the middle there. So Snohomish has got to do a much better job of moving it, protecting their stick, and taking care of the ball.
We'll try and get the halftime statistics, but yeah, turnover is always so critical, as you see Bethany Shade taking it all the way for Snohomish. 1:23 left to go. And nice defense by Bainbridge. Ari has to make an adjustment to pick it up. Cruchet loses it, although they're going to get a call. Kira Havel there, the crossing the sphere, and he'll set up Cruchet at the top. Thinks about it. Now she goes, and Twee gets it right there.
Yeah, that's a tough one. She had a couple players on her. Might have been a better idea to possess that ball and wait for a better opportunity.
Sweeney cruising through the midfield. 51 seconds left to go in the first half. They leave her open. Holly with another save. Clears it quickly now to Shade with 43 seconds.
One thing that we haven't seen Bainbridge do is shoot the ball low on the fast break. And here we've got Natalie Church coming the other direction.
Oshman can't get a good save by Twee. 30 seconds left in the half. Trying to get a long pass to Loberg. Loberg.
Nice
She gets it in as Twee had to come out.
Yeah, Twee came out thinking that she had that interception or could get to that ball, and Snohomish just took great advantage of that. Oshman had nice patience on the feed, and great for Loberg to have that heads-up play and finish the ball, finish the garbage.
Always tough for a goalie in no man's land when you come out, then you're going, oh, I shouldn't have come out.
It is, but one of those things, you make that decision, you've got to commit to it. Going halfway certainly isn't an option. So, I think it was a good gamble on her part. It just didn't fall her direction.
Yeah, exciting 2 minutes here as we end the half. Snohomish now within 3 with 25 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, high-scoring half for sure. You see that both these teams are exhibiting their speed and athleticism
Easy
up
pick
and down
up.
the field.
Yes, they are. Easy pickup for Sweeney. She is getting hassled there by Cruchet, who stops it with 17.7 seconds.
Plenty of time to put the ball in the back of the net.
Sweeney looking for somebody. Now she takes it in. She's met with several black jerseys there, and finally a call with 10.3 seconds left to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's tough, though. I mean, Snohomish certainly had the defensive positioning there to help, and tough that they got the call here.
Maggie Sweeney already with 1 goal tonight. And I couldn't tell if it was a save or off the pipe.
No, it went off Holly. She had a save there. I think she took it right in the chest, actually.
4.7 seconds.
So they're keeping the official time down on the field, and that's the end of the first half.
That is it. one half in the books of the semifinals. Bainbridge, Snohomish. Snohomish comes out on fire 3-2, then unanswered points. Bainbridge looked like it was taken away, and now Snohomish gets it within 3. We'll step away at halftime and see if we can get some statistics. We'll be back here watching the Washington Schoolgirls Lacrosse Association semifinals on STSPN.com. Back here ready for the second half of our first semifinal, Bainbridge and Snohomish. Bainbridge with a 10-7 lead. Joined along here with Lindsay Gillis, Scott Oshman. What's your observations here as the stats are coming through the interwebs here to us?
Yeah, I think both teams are fighting hard at the draw, and those draw controls are certainly correlating to goals. Bainbridge has done a really nice job pushing the ball down the midfield and finishing high. Holly, Snohomish's goalkeeper, has done a fabulous job saving the ball. And Snohomish has even, caused some turnovers, but they need to take their time on the clear so that they can, take advantage of every defensive stop and possession that they get.
If you're just joining us, Snohomish came out with a 3-2 lead, and then there were 4 unanswered, and actually a few more than that for Bainbridge as they controlled the circle. And then all of a sudden, MacChap, as they say, she went on a tear. 3 for her. Maggie Sweeney with 1 for Bainbridge in the first half, and Kendall Havill with 2. And then Hagströmer, she had part of that big role with 3 in the first half as well for Bainbridge.
Yeah, they're definitely lethal on the attacking end, and so Snohomish has definitely got to slow the ball down in transition, whether it's off the draw or the clear, to try to cause some more turnovers in their defensive end.
Loberg for Snohomish with 1. Bethany Shade with 1 as the draw starts here in the second half. And still rolling. Who's going to get it? And Bethany Shade comes up with it amongst many white Bainbridge jerseys. Anna Tom only had 1. Their leading goal scorer, Snohomish, in the first half only had 1. And Bethany draws the foul.
Shooting space call here.
That's Eleanor King, number 9, will step back. And here is Bethany Shade, already 1 in the first half. Thinks better. He gets it over to Oshman, and Oshman puts it in. Annabelle Oshman.
With the hat trick.
Great pass there by Bethany Shade to recognize that.
It's really great to see players like Annabelle step up and put some balls in the back of the net. Might not be, your typical kid that's getting that done every single game. But, when you have a team like Bainbridge who's really trying to single off some of their higher goal scorers, it's great to see, other teammates kind of step up and get the job done.
Annabelle didn't play against Bainbridge when they met early in the year, and Bainbridge defeated Snohomish. That was part of the illness factor. She had the flu, then she had pneumonia.
Oof.
So she's in
Sneak
mid-season shape right now. Yeah. So it is nice. This Crochet, usually 28 goals, a lot of goals. There's B. Shady again, Bethany Shade, again with a big draw control, and gets it over to Annabelle. Looks at Allie Loberg. Now she comes in, and they're going to call shooting space once again.
It's a really nice drive by Annabelle. She'll get a favorable hash here. And most of those defenders were on her backside, so she really shouldn't have Chapman in front of her the way that she is. You can see Maggie O'Sullivan there repositioning Bainbridge defense.
Annabelle goes in, and it goes through.
Great low shot, and just like that, within 2 minutes of the second half, Snohomish is within 1 goal.
My, oh my, 14 goals coming into tonight's game. Annabelle Oshman, the senior from Glacier Peak High School, number 57, with 4. And bringing them back within 1 with 23-43. Just the beginning here of the second half.
Yeah, kudos to Bethany Shade coming off the circle and being hungry for that ball, because it really means everything. Can't score goals without the draw control.
So fun to watch Bethany Shade and Maggie Sweeney, those two kids battle.
Looks like Havill's next to Bethany now, and she's been really successful for Bainbridge on the circle for the draw.
Chapman and Church. And Crochet comes up with it. That's how the first half started, with Snohomish coming with consecutive draw controls.
We'll see if Snohomish can tie it up here.
Crochet, the junior, out to Natalie Church.
Bainbridge has done a nice job of shutting down Anna Tom, but you still see her working, to get open and to create some opportunities for her teammates.
Annabelle, and I think maybe Chapman there across the sphere.
Yeah, checking the sphere there. So Annabelle will have the ball in between the 8 and 12.
That's a good point. Anna Tom, the lefty, 63 goals coming into tonight. She has 1 in the first half, but typically she gets a lot more shots on goal.
Yeah, they use her a lot in transition, at least in the 2 times that we saw you guys in the regular season and postseason play. And, Bainbridge has done a nice job of shutting that down.
Yeah, Taylor Ty just face guarding her, doing a very nice job, keeping her out of the offense.
Here you see Sweeney getting a little too physical with Cruchet, and Cruchet will get the call.
Shade, the Snohomish player behind the cage. Twee looks at it, comes over and hesitates, goes up high and sneaks it through the bottom of the pipe, and we've got a tie game.
Yeah, those are tough ones for those right-handed goalies. But great take on Ari's part in that she attacked, kind of had that change of speed, re-attacked and found that corner. And just like that, we're tied.
22-12 left in this semifinal game, trying to face either Issaquah or Eastside Catholic in the championship game coming up Friday night right here from Starfire Complex in Tukwila. And that'll be broadcast here right on STSPN. 7:30 is the start for that championship game. Ball comes off Chapman. Chapman comes up with it, and here comes Mackenzie Bainbridge's first real offensive try here in the second half. Kendall Havel already with 2 goals.
Bainbridge will slow it down here and see what they can create in the offensive end.
Hagströmer, who was potent one-on-one in the first half, 3 goals in this semifinal game. Looks at Havel, trying to find a cutter. Karina Condit on her. Karina leads the team in caused turnovers, 22 for Karina on the season, another senior. As now Bainbridge just settles it down. You can see the far end of your picture, Tammy Tomala. Here's Hagströmer, and she rips it top shelf right there. Nothing Holly could do. Great shot again by Sophia.
That's the second time they've run that little isolation play. And, Snohomish has got to recognize that they're leaving her alone and get there sooner, because she is lethal coming in from that side as a lefty.
Bainbridge now takes the lead again, 11-10, 20:57 left in this semifinal match.
So here we have Natalie Church and Mackenzie Chapman back at the draw, both teams changing it up quite frequently, just, keeping everybody on their toes and not letting the expected happen.
Talk about that as a coach, because that is a constant adjustment and readjustment as Chapman comes up again. Never breaks her stride. Chapman shoots, saved by Holly, picked up by Karina, but now it's on the ground one more time, and Vaughn comes up with it, but there's a whistle.
It looks like Bainbridge will have the ball out on the floating hash. Must have been a foul in the scrum there. But, yeah, the draw is crucial here in games like this, and so no team is able to find their rhythm and really make something consistent happen. That's just good coaching.
Constant chess match on the circle, and now with the other players not being able to come in on the restraining lines, a new rule this year. Wide open, Havel. She misses wide.
So, again, a nice draw and dump there. And, you see Snohomish recognize that slide a little bit too late, and Havel is wide open in the middle there. Snohomish has been really scrappy and fast to chase those shots, and they'll be rewarded here with the ball. Great job on their defense's part.
Holly Smith, the junior, with it. in her.
So here she'll look for a quick, easy pass. You've got Jordan supporting her low, and this is what you want to see when you're feeling that much pressure.
Now she comes out. She has 10 seconds in the circle, but she is covered
And
mightily. And here
Anna
comes
Tom with a little switch at the restraining line to help Holly here and give her an option in the midfield.
Anna Tom with the ball, 42, loses it in the midfield. Ball's still down. And there's a call on the far side. It's going to say Bainbridge ball. And that is Kira Havel with it. Great job there by Bainbridge in those scrums where the ball's going on. Anna Tom had it.
Yeah, they do a nice job of playing the ball. And there's Kira then splitting a double team quite nicely right down the middle.
11-10 Bainbridge. 18:46 left to go in this game.
See the rain starting to fall here.
Yep.
Not sure that'll have an effect on either team tonight, as we've all been so accustomed to it this spring.
It just won't stop. It literally won't stop. But it's supposed to taper off, and we're supposed to get back to some spring weather here the next couple days. The championship might be a warm night. Sweeney with it now, number 20. She gets it back to Chapman. Chapman shoots, and it's wide, but Bainbridge will retain possession.
On the chase.
Bella Jackson with it.
So here you see them slowing down, but again.
And that time, Sophia comes in. There's a yellow, and Sophia's down. I hope she's okay.
So I was waiting to see if Jeanette was going to call her in the crease there. But again, leaving Sophia over on that side of the crease.
Yeah, it was a goal. It got in.
It's possible she was pushed after the play or just lost her footing. But you'll also see, more and more this season we saw so many refs paying attention to those fouls that happen after the goal, and then that team is rewarded with the ball at the draw at the middle. But I don't think that that's the case here. I think we'll see a normal draw control between Natalie Church for Snohomish and Mackenzie Chapman for Bainbridge.
Bainbridge kind of doing what they did in the first half after Snohomish came out with a 3-2 lead. They kind of stretched it back. And Holly Smith trying to hold her own. Just looking at the stats here. Halftime, Chapman,
Great
another
reach.
Big draw control for Mackenzie. She drives, shoots, and scores. She takes it, and she makes it.
It's a really nice take coming in that hot and having the patience to put a bounce shot on the ground, and nice finish there by Chapman.
Hagströmer and Chapman, what a dynamic duo. 5 right now put in the back of the net by number 12, Sophia Hagströmer, and Mackenzie Chapman, she's catching up. That's her 4th tonight.
Yeah, Mackenzie has the potential to really go on runs here and do some damage against any team, so you've got to be careful and slow her down, get somebody on her, before she hits the 8-meter.
Ari Cruchet trying to get a draw control. Shade falls down, and here's Sweeney. Sweeney on the left side. And a whistle here by Busey in the back. Our referee, Mike Busey, Jeanette Wake.
Late foul there, but it looks like Sweeney will get the first inside hash.
So some momentum there by Snohomish. Now Bainbridge, all the mojo here as 17:08 left to go in the game.
Yeah, when you win these draw controls, it's easy to go on these runs.
Sweeney.
But here you'll see Bainbridge slow it down a little bit. Now that they've got that 3-goal buffer, I think that's a smart call.
Holly Smith, the Snohomish goalie, she's had quite a few shots on her. She had 8 saves here in the first half.
That's a lot of saves for Holly. That's great goalie play right there. If she continues to step up and Snohomish can get the ball up the field, they'd certainly have some more looks at Twee.
Here we come driving in and hits the turf, and she gets her leg again. Sophia has hit the ground a couple times.
She looks like she's hurting there, but gonna stick with it.
And there's in the background Tammy Tomala as the rain starts coming down a little bit harder here. They'll double Sweeney out top. There's Havill.
Great defensive slides on Snohomish's part, getting a little pressure on the ball, forcing them to move it. Bainbridge clearly taking advantage of the clock and slowing things down.
Kira splits through there and gets the call. 15:33 left in this game. Bainbridge 13, Snohomish 10. They tied it here in the opening minutes of the second half.
Yeah, to see Snohomish do their 3-goal run, and now Bainbridge has done the same. Right back at them. Lots of momentum shifts here.
Kira gets it back out top to her younger sister, Kendall. And there is where she loves, right? That's her spot on the floor, as they say, Sophia.
Yeah, I think similar to how Anna Tom plays for Snohomish.
Correct.
Sophia hangs out in the same spot to play to her strengths.
And Chapman draws Smith out as a defense, and Chapman sneaks one by, another one.
To see
for
Chapman
goal.
Utilize that space, given that she's got some great size and height on her, it's really, really impressive to see her find that space and keep so much control.
5 for Chapman now in this game, equals Sophia Hagstrommer's, and Bainbridge with a 14-10 lead.
So here you'll see Ari and Chapman take the draw against one another, and Ari's been doing a nice job of getting the ball over here to Bethany. Bethany Shade for Snohomish and Sweeney on Bainbridge. We'll see if it heads that direction again. And it
Kind of
does.
a delay, and there's Shade.
Bethany able to get it.
Well, you called that, Lindsay. And now we'll see if Snohomish can come back one more time, see how many rally caps they have. Plenty of time, 14:39 left. Annabelle Oshman gets it to Tom. Anna Tom high, and she is
That was a
bumped.
lot of contact
Yeah,
made
that was
there.
some contact there. I think that's Sweeney on the ground as well, and Anna Tom, we hope she's okay. So they're tending to her.
Yeah, they'll take an injury timeout here to make sure the girls are okay.
See head coach Christine Ryan come out to check on her. And there's Toby Graves as well. And Anna Tom, again, when you're an attacker and she likes driving the 8, it's just kind of part of what you're going to get contact many, many times inadvertently.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at this time of the season, everybody's banged up.
We're in a state semifinal game too, so stakes are high, and these athletes are working hard and really making all the sacrifices to get possession of that ball and do something good with it.
We'll take a quick break while they tend to Anna Tom here, and we'll get back with 14:26. Don't go away. Back as we see Anna Tom walking gingerly off the field. Hope she's okay.
Yeah, she had a nice take there at the top of the 8, and unfortunately just the defensive crash, I think, made a little too much contact, and you saw a few girls go down. And poor Anna Tom there would have had the center hash, but it looks like her substitution will have the free position.
She's just off the field. Now it's C.J. Barashkov with the ball, just in the game, 49. She gets it out to Bethany Shade. Loberg with it. Nothing there. Great defense by Chapman, who's got height on her.
Loberg does a nice job of utilizing her small size and really finding that space. She's definitely had some tough catches tonight. Not the best passes. Had her work cut out for her, but let's see if she can finish one here.
Sophomore at Snohomish High School.
Got a lot of space on her right.
She tries to bounce her. It's through, and it's picked up there by Ty.
Looks like that one went over.
They set Taylor Ty up, senior defender. And here comes Bainbridge with that 4-goal lead. Snohomish unable to get anything going there with the injury to Anna Tom.
So here you'll see Bainbridge, really utilizing the entire space, spreading the defense out, makes Snohomish's job so much harder, right? Just in terms of covering that amount of space, especially against an athletic team of drivers who like to go to goal.
High risk, high reward. 12:53 left in the game. This is where I always like to talk about the 90-second possession.
Yeah. And as that rule trickles down and gets to our level.
Now, I've never gotten you. Do you like it or not like it? You've always been so diplomatic on your answer.
Well, now that I've gotten the chance to see it for real, I think it's great for the sport. I think it's an awesome change. Stall tactics are never fun when there's 13 minutes left. To really force these athletes to play.
Bella Jackson having trouble with it. Karina Condit trying to get it for Snohomish, but credit Jackson there sticking with it.
Snohomish doing a nice job pressuring that ball and working it back to their defensive end.
King 9.
Oh, that was a great check, but unfortunately it'll be Bainbridge ball. They just couldn't quite get it clean, and the foul was called.
Eleanor King with it, number 9. The freshman, she gets it to her fellow freshman, Kendall Havel.
Yeah, great to see so many of these athletic freshmen stepping up for Bainbridge in a high-pressure game, high-pressure situation.
Yeah, you look through the Bainbridge roster, and you know Chapman and Hagstrom or all these, but I was surprised a little bit to see so many freshmen with so much playing time contributing at a high level as the free position shot.
Well, Bainbridge is without a JV team right now.
That's right.
And so, with one roster, all of Tammy's kids are playing together, which is really nice and allows those younger athletes to thrive and develop quickly.
Chapman, rather, on the 8-meter.
She'll slow it down here. Behind the cage.
It is amazing, Bainbridge, when you think they're not drawing from even the club side, and the state of Washington's trying to get away from this a little bit. On the boys' side, you see more so on the girls, but they don't have a feeder. They're out there on the island. It's unbelievable how successful they are. Chapman draws it up. She pulls the goalie out and sneaks it right around the corner. There you see it on the replay one more time. The great Mackenzie Chapman heading to Stanford.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, she's lethal from all over. So right there, she did a nice job of pushing that defense all the way into the diagonal, which is not something you necessarily want to do. Trying to keep those kids beyond goal line extended, especially those strong players, to give them less of an angle on the cage is key. But Mackenzie did a nice job of kind of sleepily pushing that defense in closer to Holly where she'd have some space and some angles to work with.
15-10, 10:34 left to go in this semifinal game. Still a lot of time for this to get close and Snohomish to put a run together here. It all kind of starts in the circle.
Yeah, Snohomish is really going to want these draws in order to have any hope in
Cruchet
putting some points up.
and Chapman, a great job positioning herself, and she gets it quickly.
Bainbridge does such a nice job of not only coming up with that draw, but then looking to those fellow midfielders, to pass the ball out of traffic quickly and get the ball upfield.
Trying to get it to 16 there. Havel shots wide. Bainbridge recovers. As you see, Eleanor Collins, she's got 19 goals coming into tonight. So another freshman having a heck of a year. You got to concern yourself with a lot of kids in Bainbridge. Is Sophia. Looks like she's moving well. Thought she might have hurt herself. Havel wide open. And they call Lexi Gonzalez, the freshman for Snohomish.
Yeah, Lexi does a nice job with her footwork there. She steps up towards Sophia and unfortunately just can't quite make legal contact. But working hard, you see a freshman playing defense on such a seasoned player like Sophia, and, she's got good things ahead of her.
Sweeney comes out front, 9:15, and this is where they just literally just suck the clock down.
Yeah.
They just suck the life out of you, and they're famous. I mean, again, it's the rule. They are brilliant at it. They've been doing it for many, many years.
I mean, with a 5-goal buffer, you've got a lot of room there to work with the clock, and it's smart, And
It is smart.
a semifinal game. You've worked hard to go on a 5-goal run here, and you want to make sure that you keep that. And Tammy's still having her kids spread out, but that doesn't mean that she's not going to let them go to goal.
As she looked back there at the clock on the board, 8:30 left in this one, 15-10 Bainbridge. The Hall of Famer, Tammy Tomala. Somewhat, I dare I say it's not really a signature because many coaches use this, as they should.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be doing the same thing if I were 5 goals up in the semifinal game. But I think, you do such a good job of growing a program out on the island and building a youth program that feeds into your high school program, and you create a culture where it's a sport that girls want to play and be a part of. And you get to a point where even in a smaller rural area, you can have some talent year in and year out.
One of the first, third, fourth grade girls lacrosse. I remember those days. It was like Bainbridge, Snohomish, and Eastside had kind of a collection. And for a time, I believe it was just Bainbridge and Snohomish. And so as the sport has grown and Sophia ends up on the turf one more time, as Lexi's got a tough assignment there trying to guard her. She has the ball now. But there was only 2 or 3 teams for many years, and now the growth has been outstanding.
Yeah, I will say working with those first and second graders has got to be one of my favorite things to do.
They're adorable.
Sticks are larger than their bodies, and they're just so impressionable.
They're so excited for the goggles and the mouth guard. They're just
working with tennis balls.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's great.
Number 2, Kendall Havel with it now. The freshman working the angle down here, and now Snohomish just trying to cause something here. See if they can get a loose ball.
Yeah, they haven't sent a double team here, but, where you see Snohomish players cross like this at the top, great decision on their part to jump the double team there where they're close by and then see if they can make something happen in the backfield.
Good to see Anna Tom back out. She's got a bandage there on her knee, but she went down pretty hard. Good to see her. Eleanor King, number 9, with it. Finds an open Bainbridge player. Havill. Kira with it.
Looks like Snohomish is playing a little bit more hasty and that they're looking to send a double team to ball more readily than they were in the last few minutes. And that's something you got to do to get the ball back here.
Top 4 teams ended up here in the top 4 semifinals. A new playoff system using Lax Power, kind of an RPI system. What was your thoughts on that as you see Kendall getting chased by Jordan Vaughn, the senior?
Yeah, I think, even prior to using the Lax Power algorithm, if you look at the way that algorithm has worked and ranked our teams in this state in previous years, they've been pretty spot on just in terms of, the top 16 teams. And I think it's done wonders, especially for our playoff system, to see the most competitive games happening in the semifinals and finals. And that hasn't always been the case in the last couple of years. So I think it's been a really great change. The algorithm takes into consideration your strength of schedule, which is huge when you're given so many teams in one state that are varied by skill.
Yes, it's such a new sport. It's growing so much. It's going to be an unbalanced league just in the nature of it.
But it's important to reward those teams, that deserve to get far in the playoff season. And then, of course, you don't want to see those top teams see one another in the quarterfinals. You want them to play right up to the end.
No question. You saw that in basketball here in the state of Washington. They changed and went to an RPI system. Because of that, they had what arguably could have been the championship game and the semifinal game, and sometimes even in the quarters. So a lot of high school athletic associations moving towards an algorithm or an RPI. As Sweeney goes in, she shoots and scores for Bainbridge. A 6-goal lead with 4:06.
Yeah, so like I said, they're going to run that style, but when they're given an opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net with that 5-goal buffer, it's pretty safe to say that you can still shoot the ball.
Second tonight for Maggie Sweeney, and she was tremendous. She's been tremendous all night just with her ground balls, her draw controls. She is scrappy herself, as there is a timeout on the field with 4:06 left in our first semifinal. Bainbridge trying to hang on with 16-10 on STSBN. Back here, Lindsay Gillis, Scott Oshman, our semifinal game. First one of the evening, Bainbridge and Snohomish. A long history between these two teams through this young sport in the state of Washington. Bainbridge up 16-10 with 4:06 left. Lindsay and I talking during that timeout about how there's a difference between what the coaches, as you and the players and the officials, want for the right reasons, for all the right reasons on the field, and then there's the spectator, perspective and opinion. We were talking about the scoreboards and the time in the last 2 minutes, and I love the fact that we know exactly how much time is left in the last 2 minutes because it adds to the drama if it's in a tight game.
Sure, and I think it's important for everybody to be able to see the clock and know the time because that's just good clock management, especially with the potential for that 90-second clock to trickle down to our level. You want these players getting used to seeing a clock and knowing how to utilize it.
Natalie Church gets it to Loberg. Loberg with the draw control. Loberg, bouncer in.
That's a great take by
scores.
Sophomore Allie Loberg. That's the Allie Loberg I know and love and have seen play for quite a few years now. And it's really great to see her, when you're down 16-10 with 4 minutes to go, you got nothing to lose, and you really go hard there and give it all you've got.
See it one more time there now, 16-11, 3:51 left to go in this game, and Natalie Church back on the draw circle. Looks like Sweeney is talking to the official, maybe making some suggestions. Always tough for anybody to lose, these seniors. And Loberg, can she come up again? She does. Now she gets checked.
Ooh.
And Havill.
Yeah, Havill reaching across the body there a little bit. I'm surprised the whistle didn't come sooner, but Loberg will come up with it again.
3:36 left to go. Loberg with it, number 17.
She's got Annabelle.
And she tried to get it tough. Great defense there, and it's picked up by Havill. Trying to get it to Annabelle, but that was good defense to get in her way.
That was great defense, and, Allie Loberg had some pressure on her, not quite the angle that she wanted or needed in order to get the ball to the open player.
Ball down. Loberg comes up with it again. Sweeney on her. And King.
So here you'll see Snohomish try to make some quick work of it, given that they don't have a lot of time with a 5-goal deficit.
2:55 left to go. 16-11. Bainbridge tried to get it to Karina Condit, a defender typically.
So here you see them putting a lot of pressure on the ball, a couple players. And you want to see Snohomish find that open player and read that sooner.
Annabelle.
Shooting space.
Spins and drives in, gets a shooting space on the left hash there. Annabelle with 4 goals in the semifinal, the senior. And it's saved by Twee.
Tough angle to be successful there with, but, you've got to put some shots up on the board given the time that's left.
Now Bainbridge.
Bainbridge here will try to run a 2-minute stall. Absolutely finish out this semifinal game. We'll see if they can hold possession and stay composed with the ball. Snohomish setting a double as they will do anything they can to get possession of that ball back.
Twee, the Bainbridge goalie, that's just a sophomore coming up big. Gaudy save percentage this year, 52%, one of the better young goalies in the state.
I will say Bainbridge has probably outpossessed their opponents quite a bit, which helps Twee back there in the goalie crease. So, more power to Bainbridge for having that control.
Yeah, Bainbridge, the last game of the season for them against Eastside Catholic at Eastside Catholic, Bainbridge won 19-16, one of the higher goal scorers there, even giving up for Bainbridge. Yeah, and shots on goal.
A lot of back and forth, a definite run-and-gun game. But they definitely did a nice job pulling it out in the end and staying on top. But EC played that game without their starting goalie and without one of their starting defenders, both out to injury. So, kudos to them for fighting as hard as they did against a very talented team.
Now just about a minute to go, and
you see Tammy pulling her players to that deep corner.
Snohomish players never stopping. There's Jordan Vaughn, the senior, Karina Conant, the senior, Natalie Church, a great career for Snohomish lacrosse.
40 seconds left on the clock.
Mackenzie Chapman splits it. She'll think better of it, and wide open there. She'll go out to Bella Jackson. And Snohomish, not much they can do now. Bainbridge, a 19th appearance in the state championship, is merely 19 seconds away. And we will have a player of the game. Shortly after this, we'll try and get an interview, as there's a call here. And a brilliant game by all in Bainbridge. Mackenzie Chapman, 6 goals. Lindsay, who's your player of the game?
You know, I got to give it to Mackenzie Chapman. She's really turned it on here towards the end of the first half and in the second, coming up with some big draw controls, but also just some huge scores and momentum changers for Bainbridge. And
is there a timeout?
Looks like there's a timeout on the field. I'm not sure who called it. Giving the girls a little breather before the last 9 seconds.
Well, the official clock is being taken down on the field, as we've been talking about. So the scoreboard here at Starfire Sports Stadium says 9 seconds left. 16-11 Bainbridge. And we're not really sure. So Mackenzie Chapman with 6 goals is our player of the game.
You know, it's a lot of pressure to come out in a semifinal game, take as many draws as she is, and be successful in the offensive end. She's also doing a great job on defense, you know, putting a lot of pressure on Natalie Church of Snohomish and kind of shutting down some of their goal scorers. So, you know, relying on a player like that to do a big job in all thirds of the field is pretty big.
Snohomish losing some seniors, but they've got some young talent coming back in Bethany Shade. Obviously, the Holly Smith, the goalie, just a junior. Allie Loberg, as we've talked about. And they've got some freshmen also that had some shining moments late in the season. Maddie Watkins. Annie Ferguson on the defensive side. As the Bainbridge fans cheer on their team, and we'll see. They are the number 1 seed coming into this championship tournament. The top 16 teams. They are undefeated in the year, 14-0.
Certainly the team to beat in our postseason play here.
Now Bainbridge tosses it back, empty goal, and Sweeney puts it in before time expires.
Yeah, they quickly moved the ball out of pressure there and put one last one in.
Sweeney, a junior, their 3rd goal of the night. And now is the slow walk back to the draw circle.
So Snohomish will call a stick check here on Sweeney's stick. Each coach gets 2 stick checks a game. And, you know, it's certainly something that you don't see coaches take advantage of as much as they could. But it's always worth checking because, hey, it's a goal.
It is.
Not that it would matter so much now in this game, but certainly earlier in the half, you know, something that you could call as a coach.
We were tied 10-10 in the opening minutes here of the second half. Bainbridge stretched a lead as Natalie Church gets that, and Bainbridge will move on to the state championship game Friday night. Their 19th appearance. Congratulations to Bainbridge, Tammy Tomala, and everybody there. Also congratulations to Snohomish. We'll step away for one moment. I'll try and go down and get our player of the game, Mackenzie Chapman. Bainbridge wins 17-11. Chapman, you're our player of the game. 6 goals. But I wanted to ask you, you were here as a freshman. Well, you were in the state championship, and also here as a freshman. What does it mean now after you saw that and coming back and getting back to the state championship?
It means everything. This team, that was the ebb and flow for sure. I don't know what to say right now. I'm so excited. That was freaking awesome. That was so cool. Yeah.
What was going on in the draw circle? You can hold up your shirt here for everybody to see. Our Washington Schoolgirls semifinal player of the game, Mackenzie Chapman, 6 goals. Talk about the draw circle. That was always pivotal. It's one of your signatures. What was going on tonight?
I don't know. Our midfield has been working really, really hard on our draws, and I don't know. I was feeling it tonight. I like to pop it up right where, and I mean the other team, Natalie Church is such a great player, and she did such a good job, and it was awesome. I think that we just really focused, and that was where it all started for sure.
And how much do you owe Maggie Sweeney? She picks up a lot of balls in the circle, doesn't she, for you?
Killed it. Maggie played such a great game. I'm really excited. That was awesome.
All right. Mackenzie Chapman, our player of the game. Bainbridge, thank you. Congratulations. Absolutely. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Bainbridge victorious, going on to their 19th state championship. That's it for STSBN.com.